Yo!
The pastor was praying, because in Pentecostal churches, if you can't speak in tongues, we just pray for you until you speak in tongues. So they was praying for this young man, a youth. He was young, right? He looked like about 15 years. And the youth pastor praying, speak it now, speak it! And the young fella looking confused. He don't know what to say. He just looking like, oh my goodness, like things in here. He don't know what to do. And the pastor, speak it now. And then hear what the young fella saying. Atiti boa shayo, atiti boa shayo. And the pastor said, speak it shayo, speak it shayo. We heading to the top of the hour, BBC. Gonna be back. See you guys on the other side. All right.
We touch back in messages in just a bit. Keep it locked to the W1071.
I wish somebody's soul would catch a fire. Catch a fire. Catch a fire, Jesus. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the South Central Podcast. I am your host, Ron Austin, and on today's episode, we have none other than Kess Ramsey in the building. Yo. Somebody make some noise. Kess, you seen my team?
You seen, brother?
I know, Mal. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Right, to all the listeners out there, if you're listening on YouTube or any of the audio platforms, feel free to subscribe, leave a review, check out Kess as he on the show. Show some love for the platforms. Make sure to subscribe. We're close to we're going towards our 1,000 goal right now.
We hitting our 1,000.
We have Kess on the show. Kess have like a huge following. By the time we done here, it's just birds and
Kess have an above average following.
So we'll get into all of that on the show. Kess, once again, thank you for being here, my G.
Yeah, man.
So let me jump into it straight one time. But before we do, Kess, would you please plug the very well done poster that is behind us right now?
Christians can laugh too. Comedy show, clean comedy show. For anybody who you don't like obscene, you don't like, in Trinidad when they hear comedy, it's slack jokes and all kind of thing, and you can't bring your chair and this and that, but this show is a space for, clean comedy. We showcase some of the new upcoming local talent in Trinidad and Tobago, along with some of the, singing gospel singers as well. On the 22nd of October in Queen's Hall, you can dress up nice and come out. We had doubles on entry as you're coming in. Doubles on entry. I can get one with slide coming in? Yes.
With the Apple J?
Nah, no, I don't know if you'll get the Apple J, but you'll get doubles.
We inside on the doubles though.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll be nice. Queen's Hall, Sunday 22nd. We start at 6 p.m. Tickets are $150, but make sure and get tickets early because on the day, $200 at the door, right?
And where can people get the tickets now, Kess?
Ticket outlets we have. If you're in the north, of course, you could go to Queen's Hall box office. It's probably the easiest one to get to.
Right.
In Port of Spain as well, there's Direct Home Furnishers in Port of Spain. If you're in Movie Tongue, you could go upstairs. Movie Tongue. There's King's Lounge Barber Spa. Yes, a barber spa. You go there to fix you up nice. Them fancy thing you see on TV?
Yeah, on TikTok and thing?
Yeah, how you wrap up in cloth and steam, and thing. Boy, niceness. King's Lounge Barber Spa, you could go up there. There's also a King's Lounge Barber Spa in the east on O'Meara Road. For those in Arima and thing, you could get your tickets there as well. And if you are around Valsane area, you can go to Montebello Urban, and that's in Val Park Shopping Plaza, a closed store. If you're in Chaguanas, you can go to Sharon's Plaza, that is opposite the market. Upstairs, there's Evanza's Jewelers. They have tickets there as well. If you're in South, you can go to Direct Home Furnishers on Superior Street. Right?
The big up south, dog.
Big up south. And of course, in Pleasantville, there's Tranquility Beauty Spa. You can get the tickets there as well. Yeah, tickets only $150, and you can only get tickets at the outlets until the Saturday, right? After the Saturday, after the 21st, you will not be able to get tickets at the outlets, right? Only online and
At the door.
at the door.
And pick up with your 200.
Walk
Look
with
at the
your
kind
200.
of value you're getting for 150. I could pay 200, 250 for this ready and ready. And watching that.
Run, not church people, don't do them that. Church people are paying that. Right, but last year the ticket prices were $100. But gas has been raising steadily.
Very much so.
So we had to do a little something extra with the ticket price. But yes, Christians Can Laugh Too. We still try to keep the tickets at a decent cost. $150, you get 300 and 2 people could come. We still, try to make it work.
But pastors, I want you guys to know as well. There's have some things that the congregation want to tell you. My dear pastors, servants of God, the congregation mightn't tell all their pastors, but Kess Ramsey, I will tell all their pastors what the congregation really want to tell all them, but afraid. I came to church in my Sunday's best. You come to pray for me. I thank you for the prayers. But I'm just asking, pastors, please, on behalf of the congregation, and the pastors of Mexico, please. You come to pray for my pastor. I just want to remind the pastors that mouth don't clean by Holy Spirit alone. A pastor, if I come to pray for you and you feel more than fire, I fall on for spite. All sin burn away with our prayer. Hey, Jack. One knows, I come for a blessing and get one knows.
Now, Kess, this is your own very Kess Ramsey's presents Christians Can Laugh Too. So let's take it back from the very, very beginning. What made you want to pursue stand-up comedy?
But I have always been very, very stupid, Like growing up. I don't know how else to put it. Like I was always, the one in class talking some nonsense. Had teachers cracking up on themselves. But I don't think I saw it turning into stand-up comedy per se. I just liked people and being around people now. I just like entertaining. So even though I used to sing with my brother, I used to sing backups and things, and I just like being around a lot of people all the time. That was just me.
You was in that entertainment sphere.
Yeah, that was just me. I just like talking and interacting with people. I can make friends anyway. Something that my wife probably don't like too much. Yeah, because funny thing, she's actually the total opposite of me.
Right.
She don't like no camera. No.
No, that's not a socialization thing. I cool. Real cool.
She have like 300 followers on her Instagram, and she knows each and every one of them. Right? Not me. See, people is be hailing me all over. Guess, and my wife is like, you know them? No. No, I don't really know. But with comedy, boy, I think it's around 7 years ago. I will say that I really started stand up. And to me, it was a challenge. It was a challenge that I just wanted to try something, The first time I did stand-up comedy was in my church first. They were looking for somebody to do like a icebreaker in a meeting.
Right.
And they asked me if Cassie, because sometimes people see it in here. So they're like, Cassie, I want to come up with a little something to, for the icebreaker. So I came up with a few jokes. I can tell you the first joke I wrote.
We'll be honored.
the first joke I wrote was that God is very, very wise. We know that God is wise,
Right.
and we know that He is wise because He created man before woman. Because if He had created woman first, it wouldn't have any men.
You went up on the people in them church and say that?
The women didn't like that. They didn't like it at all. That was the first joke that I wrote. Understandably, it is not very funny. Right, but with comedy, you just kind of just have to jump in. You have to just start.
Right.
The first time you make somebody laugh, it is be like drugs, but you just have to.
Yeah, just feel that rush. You just feel.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Yeah, you just want to be a part of that thing again. You want to be there.
How to do this again, but how to
Yes.
get this again, how to hit this thing again. Yeah.
So the time that you actually make people laugh, and you're thinking, well, yeah, boy, I get it. I figure it out.
Right.
And the next time you tell the jokes, your boss.
Yep. Oh, that is be the worst.
The next time you tell
You
the
just
jokes,
can't
your boss.
sleep in her.
It's just not gonna work.
You just be up like, what?
What I
At
do
same
wrong?
time, in
Nah.
my voice.
Nah, sometimes, but I honestly have no explanation for that. But yeah, it just, I feel like when you start, you just have to go through that kind of up and down to figure out what works for you most of the time. and you know, kind of develop your style. Because when you now start, you just kind of be impersonating people that you have seen doing comedy. So you kind of have to figure out yourself, because people are not going to come to see another version of somebody. People want to see something unique, and you don't get that until you do it over and over and over and figure out, okay, this is what works for me. Junior Lee is Junior Lee. Kevin Sawyer is Kevin Sawyer.
Facts.
Kivo is Kivo.
Facts.
Rachel Price is Rachel Price.
Double facts.
Yeah, it's Simidi Trini is Simidi Trini.
Only have one.
Gabriel Bridgemohan is Gabriel Bridgemohan.
Facts.
Right? Yeah.
And Kess Ramsey is Kess Ramsey.
is Kess Ramsey. Yeah, you have to know what you bring to the table. So yeah, you have to kind of figure that out when you start comedy, and that does take a little while sometimes. Some people have a natural knack to it. I would say Junior Lee is one of the most naturally gifted comedians in Trinidad and Tobago. The hardest worker though, I will give that to Kevin Sawyer. Kevin has worked so well on his craft that he is a step above the rest of us at this point. So yeah, kudos to Kevin.
Everybody had a reservation for Kevin.
Kevin is
the
boss.
Facts.
Yeah.
Alright, so what you saying, everybody had to find their own name and their own unique. You know that in many circles as the Christian comedian.
Of course.
So what make you decide initially to say, alright, I'm going to infuse your Christianity with comedy? Because that's a difficult fusion right there.
You can tell me about it, bro. When I started doing this, well, all right. So the reasoning is I'm a Christian, so I could only telling jokes. When you writing jokes, the best way to write jokes is about your own life.
True.
So I'm not gonna go on stage and pretend to be anybody else. You know what I mean? That's how some of them rappers and things in the States then was never in the streets, but I want to think about gun thing, and when I gun man run upon them, the fright
They back,
right?
Drop the gun.
No, I can't fake it. I just can't fake nothing. I can't fake it. You will see it on my face. I can't fake it. So it's easy for me to talk about my experiences. So when I talk about anything in my jokes, is like real experiences that I've had that seem funny to me. And the thing with being a comedian and doing it for long, the little things that people mightn't think about, that really nothing. You see it now and you're like, no, I could use that as a bit.
The little pivot that you would see right
I could
there.
use that as a bit for something now. So, again, the longer you do it, you just kind of get better at it. But yeah, the merging of my faith and what I like doing as a comedian, it was met with challenges when I started doing it. Yeah, it was met with challenges.
What are some of the challenges?
Some pastors outright was like they don't think that like that would be something to pursue. They don't see it working. So how you're going on? You in a show with everybody cussing and everybody singing, and then you come on to tell jokes how that going and thing. It's like, but if I could be the one voice of reasoning in the middle of our crowd, you know?
Unique.
Congregation, are they here? There's have some things that the pastor want to tell you. But afraid that you leave the church and think that. You know, they're sensitive. But I, Kess Ramsey, I will let all you know what the pastors really want to tell you. But they know if they tell you, next week I'll be in our next church. Number one thing. Pastors are here. Pastors, if any other pastor make some noise over here, please clap your hands, pastors. The pastors, they're waiting to hear what I say. So the first thing pastors want to tell you, congregation are listening? You could pray for that. Why you calling the pastor for a headache? You could pray for that. Something happened right in front of you. What happened? You don't have the Spirit of the Lord on you? Pray. Tell me this thing. I'll show you that pastor again, Marlon. Yes. Pastor, I saying the right thing, You see how the answer is correct now? You could pray for that. As we're talking about calling now, another thing, this second thing that pastors want to tell the congregation. Stop giving out my number. At least call him, Pastor, so this is my friend, I give him a number. And give the pastors the chance now. You have pastor, you call the pastor. Pastor, pray for this person. He don't know what you're praying for. Don't do them that now. Don't do them that. Alright? Call pastor first, say pass. Pastor, not talking truth? Yes. Don't do them that. The last thing that pastors want to tell you. Congregation. Are you listening?
Yeah.
The last thing pastors want to tell you guys is that, all through COVID, we are so glad that everybody, we can gather and thing again. Pastors want to remind you guys, all through COVID when we was home on Zoom, I'll enjoy the Zoom and thing. Yeah, all through COVID when we was home on Zoom, watching the service nice, back up on the couch. Pastors want to remind you guys, all the tithes that are miss. Bring it in the storehouse, please.
Of course, and that's why this is one of the reasons why I did this show as well, right? And kind of took it away from in a church, because you see we in Queens Hall. The first time I did the show was in my church. My pastor is very cool, big up Pastor Stephen Mendoza.
Big up you.
He encouraged me from the start. Right? He was like, bro, if this is what you think you want to do, do it. So I did it in my church first, and that year, well, I kind of grew up in a ghetto area. I grew up in Laramie.
Right.
So even though we had a good-ish turnout, it wasn't quite what I wanted. And again, Christian people, all they know themselves. I am a Christian. Always make excuses, right? I know people don't want to come into Laramie thing. Fine. So I move it to Sapa the next year.
Right.
I take my money and I spend my money on Sapa. I say, all right, if all they have excuses, I'm going to take away all the excuses. And the people came out. I couldn't even.
You can't close because they come out.
I can't close. They came out Sapa. That was 2019, November. November the 5th, 2019. That was the first Sapa show. And we had a sold out show in Sapa that year.
The first time?
The first bigger show.
Yeah.
We had a sold out show in Sapa that year. I thank God for that, because at that point, it was really just off of my videos and stuff that people came. People didn't even really know me as doing stand-up comedy yet. We just started kind of getting accustomed doing that. And, people came out, people enjoyed the show. So much so that, when COVID happened now, so 2019, 2020, COVID hit, I already had plans of growing the show to Napa the next year. So I already had a date in Napa for 2020, and COVID hit. Bow! But what the management of Napa did, because I think you have to like confirm it in 6 months, within 6 months, if you're keeping the date or whatever. So she was like, well, Mr. Ramsey, here what? We'll just roll over the date to the next year for you, right? And then the next year was still shut down, so she rolled it over again. And that's how I ended up having Napa last year.
Right.
Because the date just kind of
roll over, get through.
Yeah, so we were in Napa last year. Napa was a whole other experience. Sapa, I feel like Sapa, because I'm close to home, it was a little easier to make the little last minute run arounds, whatever. But when you leave San Fernando to come up town, if you forget something home, bro,
pressure. Ain't no way.
It's home. It's home, So it was a whole nother level, and even the stage and everything in Napa is like top tier. It's really nice, big stage, big backstage. Everything is like it was another learning curve, and the challenges to start off this thing, for sure, is people's conception of what a comedian is, and probably their limitations in their mind as to what could be done with something like this, a profession like this. Because this is what I do now. I'm a Christian comedian and also a radio personality at this point. So people didn't see it, but I saw it. So keep pushing for whatever dream you see it. Keep pushing for it, man.
So when was, like, if you could remember, the first time seeing that sold out show in Sapa, Jed? What was that feeling when you watch out and say, this is my work?
You know what? Let me tell you the moment it hit me, right? We were in Sapa doing song check and thing about 6 o'clock. Right? The show was supposed to start 7. So I say, all right, we will live in Laramie at the time. Laramie is like 5 minutes away. It's like, all right, cool. Let me go and take a bath. Come back out. Go and get my clothes, whatever. Wifey was home. So she ready. She say, all right, she ready. So it's just for me to come bathe, come back up the road. Reach home, bathe, and driving back into Sapa. We coming from Gulf City, coming across. And there was traffic. And I like,
why it have traffic?
Why, what going on here? Only to realize that is back up traffic coming out from Sapa, causing traffic onto the junction with the lights, that causing traffic into Gulf, that road heading to Gulf City. And driving, come out now, like actually seeing Sapa now, and seeing cars, is because it have no park. And this is like 6:45. It had no park.
Full out.
The place, like, people was looking around. People start parking in Skinner Park to walk across. That was that at that moment I was like, yo, what is this? that was a real nice feeling to come out and see the support. And it kind of showed me that there is a market for clean comedy, because as I said earlier, when it comes to Trinidad, what we know as comedy in Trinidad is the slack jokes. The slack jokes and this one mother this and what we fail to realize that they're just you might be Christian, you might be Muslim, you might be Hindu, you just don't like this set of obscene, you don't like this set of cussing, oh gosh,
You will carry your kid somewhere and other way,
facts. You just want to come and enjoy and not have to worry about that, man. And in the show, I asked, and there were Muslim and Hindu and other religions.
And Christians can
Christians
laugh too.
too. So it really shows that, some people just want clean comedy. It don't have to be, And that moment driving in and seeing traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, to get to the back of Sapa, you have to pass through the front.
Right.
So we drive into the front and people by the door just line up, waited to go in. I'm like, yo, I watched my wife. She watched me and we just was like, whoa, this was crazy to see that kind of support. Because we were not anticipating it. Mm-hmm. And 3 people to last minute after telling them
everybody pay at the door.
To last minute, boy. What's that? I could have probably make so much more money, Ron.
Yeah.
If I knew that type of crowd was coming out. Because the caterer asked me, Kess, how much tickets you sell, boy? I say, boy, I only sell around 200 tickets, boy. I say, so, if 100 more people come by the door, I say, so cater for about 300.
To make how much?
It was so loud, so it was like 700 and something people show up. 730 something people show up.
And you cater for 3.
Cater for 3.
Wow.
Right? With intermission for 20 minutes, 10 minutes, and the food was done. No more food.
Ooh,
you understand? So, well, I buy the tickets early now, but let's do people that. Even last year in Napa and all.
Right.
Same thing, Same thing in Napa last year. The week of the show, your phone going crazy. Everybody call it. Ticket. And a month before, tickets in the venue, in the outlets. Mm-hmm. And every week I call, boy, well, we only sell 2. You understand? But the week of the show now, they call, Kess, you have to come and drop back some more tickets here and the tickets done.
Sell out.
Yeah, but I ain't vexed, but I vex. Buy tickets early now, please. Go get the tickets early.
Yeah, I get called a meeting as a church person. I get called a meeting. Man called me and I'm like, oh, this bad Christian don't get trouble too. This family. I get called on a meeting and I really didn't like that they called me to discipline me over something that I thought I was doing the right thing. The youth pastor called me, Kess, how come this month you come with 2 different girls to church? I say, but ain't we in church to win souls?
Now we seeing like the front and we seeing the show and everything, but what is going to like planning and organizing a show at that capacity, though?
You need a year of thought and 6 months of work. I think that's the best I could put it for you. You need a year thinking through how things are going to be done, how you're getting funding. If you have the money to start, because even if you're getting, like we say, you apply for a grant or something from the government,
right?
Even if you're doing that, you still need some money to start. You can't just wait for the government money to come. But yeah, you need to kind of figure out your logistics up front and take that time to figure out who you want on your show, what type of show you're doing, whatever. So like for this, we start planning since the last show. A matter of fact, before that, because you had to kind of book your dates before. So applying to book a date in these kind of venues, Napa, Sapa, Queen's Hall, you need to get your date early, okay? Don't try to call for a date for next month. Yeah. They will tell you we're booked up. You can't do that. All right? So you need to put proper planning involved. I would say give yourself a year to properly plan. And 6 months away from the date of the show is where the heavy planning is really coming. You could make calls, hey, I want to think there's the date. You could hire data and stuff. So in the first 6 months of the year, like we say,
right,
you could book your venue, do the lighter work, book your venue, book who you have on your show, at least have them save the date for you.
Right.
You could put things in place like start looking for sponsors, all of that within that time. But in the 6 months is where you really start to do the heavy planning. For a comedian, that whole year you're really kind of writing and planning up to do your special, as comedians is called it. But
sorry, say special. How long like you usually go for your sets in these?
Last year I did 30 minutes. And I'm trying to do 45 this year, but it hard.
45 minutes is
45.
real material to work, boy.
Yeah, that is all the material.
Yeah.
Now, you see, we in Trinidad, when I tell people that the culture of comedy, we have it here, but it's not as strong as we would like it to be as yet, right?
Facts.
In the States, a comedian, like we say, he writes an hour worth of jokes. He could tell that same hour worth of jokes and fine-tune every single thing and go to each state and do 2-3 spots in each state. By the end of the year, he is ready now. His set is refined.
Fine.
It crisp, it clean, and he don't even have to think about them jokes again after telling it so much for a year. Just because of how big the states is.
And how many times they get to repeat and repeat.
Right. So you're going all over, you're on tour, wherever you're telling your jokes over and over and over. Here in Trinidad, if we have to be writing so much, because by the time somebody come to our comedy show twice and they hear the, oh gosh, tell something new now, right? But for comedians, there's always some other line, some word, some phrase, and you could do something different.
A different way to tell the same story.
That could make the joke better, and it's only through repeating it, repetition, that we get to that point now. So I don't vex if you hear a joke 2-3 times now.
We working on the craft. We work.
So that is why doing things like this kind of encouraging the culture, the art of stand-up comedy, because it is an art. A lot of people feel they could do this.
It's very hard. It looks a lot easier on screen. It looks a lot
No,
easier
people feel
on
you
screen.
just go up and talk,
No.
Grab a mic and do it.
I am trying to, Jesus guys. It is, but you know much of time I went up on that stage and that shit did not go how I thought it would have gone. Whole day I thinking in my head like, yeah, my dog, but you're inside.
Yeah. A lot of people, again, they need to figure it out. Yeah, I would tell anybody to come and try. People is like, I want to try, Well, come. That's why when we have like Laugh on the Ave, the series where people could come and open mic, we always begging people to come because I want people to experience it.
I ain't gonna lie, Laugh on the Ave is so good for the culture, Dread.
Yeah,
it is so good. How long you been with Laugh on the Ave, guess?
From inception. Yeah. We actually started Laugh on the Ave before COVID,
Really?
Laugh on the Ave started in stages on the avenue. That is why it was Laugh on the Avenue, because it started in stages on the avenue. That was the first time we had it,
right?
And we just kind of kept the name after. So yeah, that is the place for you to practice and test jokes.
That's the first place I perform.
Right.
Do you have any funny stories from church?
Funny stories from church?
Yeah.
All right. So I have an extra finger.
Right.
A lot of people notice it. Some people don't notice it. Right. I have an older brother as well who used to sing gospel.
Right.
And he used to lead worship. I was playing drums. I more in the background. Growing up, I was actually more reserved. Right. As I got older, I started being a little more out with my personality. But growing up, I playing drums in the back and my brother singing. And every time a pastor or somebody come in church, they always praying for him and blessing him and prophesying over your life. Oh, he could be a great singer. You sing all over the world, la 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 la. And I used to get a little jealous.
Yeah.
I used to get a little jealous. So I used to play my drums and I don't know, boy, a day a pastor came in the church and I was that whole month I think I was really kind of struggling with that kind of jealousy on my brother, right? And I really was praying, Lord, when could be my time? When could be my time?
Right.
So the man come up and he started to preach and he was having an altar call, and right as he was going to start to call up people, he was like, God just leading me to do something. And he said, drummer, today is the day for your blessing. Watch that. Stop it. I say, well, look at that. Look at God. Look at God.
Answer him my prayers.
I jump off that drum, man. I run down in the front. And he said, raise your hand, man. And then I think I raise my hand. I say, well, nice, my blessed coming now. The pastor said, Father God, heal this finger in Jesus' name. Straighten it now, God.
Not in front of the whole church.
In front of the church. In front of the church. Heal this finger in Jesus. Straighten it now. Nothing wrong with my finger.
He says straighten it like it bent.
Straighten it now, God.
Hey, duplicate dog.
What's not? What's not? And watch it. I weak because when I open my eye and look to my side, my pastor cracking up.
You kidding?
My pastor
He
is
rolling
cracking up. He is cracking up because, well, it's a foreign pastor.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
he just seeing this weird thing on my hand. He want to pray for my hand. Yeah. 100% true story from church.
And you just stand up there like, nah.
I just take the prayers and go.
And when
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
and I real beat that drum after, but
What
and I
you
say,
do? What you
no,
gonna
I
do?
tell you, no, see, I'd be on that stage slapping that drum.
What you gonna do, boy? You can't make the man I go look bad on the altar, you know? What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
True facts. What are, and this for the clips, what are your top 3 gospel songs?
My top 3 gospel songs. Number
Wait,
1.
wait, before you start, pair, we making a bet. Am I going to know any? You have that little faith in me. You have that little faith in my faith, really? Jesus. Okay, Kess, let me go. Top 3 gospel songs.
Number 1 for me is Mercy's Cat Done, Mark Isaacs. Do you know that song? That is my favorite, especially local.
Right.
My favorite gospel song. I can play it for you when we done.
No idea. Absolutely.
Mercy's it canon, favor it canon over me. Bad song. Bad song.
Vibes.
Yeah. I feel I can't even pick my next one. I just want to tell you the artist.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you that all his songs is
Good.
just top
Bangers.
tier for me. Where are going? Where are you see? Okay there. Of course. The man Cohen Duncan. The man Cohen Duncan, aka Kairos.
Big up Kairos.
He is legendary when you think about gospel, local gospel in Trinidad. Yeah, you have to pay him up there. He is basically our, what to say, boy? Who I could compare him to? He is like our Buju Banton.
He's our Buju.
Yeah. He is on that level when you think about even, but he could do it with the best in the best in the world, boy. He is that level. He is like the marshal of gospel, to be honest with you, local gospel. Yeah. Cohen Duncan. Big up yourself, brother.
Big up Cohen Duncan. Have a picture right around here, so just come up with Cohen.
Big up yourself.
Hashtag right there, so. Alright, so that's number 2.
Mm-hmm. All his songs full in them.
All his songs.
Yeah.
So seeing as this is my first time hearing about him, I don't think that I know who this is. So that's number 2. And the third one, let me see if Perry was right.
There's this song, I can't remember the artist's name right now, but it goes favor on the left, blessings on the right. Favor on the left, blessings on the right. It's T-Babs, I think. Go left, go right, go left, go right. I really like that song.
Guess you could have blind man Salah jumping
Nah.
up to the ceiling.
Yeah,
What
where
a
you
wonderful.
gone?
Yeah.
Where you gone? Right? The most mainstream.
You could have get,
The
you
most
could have give all
mainstream
of blind.
gospel ever. I feel the only song that beat that is Jaran Fed Up. That's the only other mainstream gospel. Right?
You could have
Do you know who he knows? Jaran, Positive, and Isaac. That's who you know. And I purposefully did not sing any of those songs.
It is quite possible. Guess you didn't give out blind this evening, my dog, my Jesus.
I ain't singing no. If I started saying never let go, you know that.
I never let go. That?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
gosh.
sure. No, don't put me that bad.
Bam, bam. Brother. My journey, God alone, I walk with me. Okay. Living in a gunman town.
Nope.
Boy, run, boy.
What are you looking at me so disappointed?
Make up yourself, Jaran, boy. This man don't know who he is. But that's okay.
I am sorry. I didn't grow up in the church, dog.
That's way. Wow.
I'm sorry, Pierre. I'm sorry.
Wow. But yeah, that's my tree there, yeah.
Alright, and Kess, now in terms of, especially in your comedy career, where do you see yourself going in the next 5 to 10 years or so? What plans do you have for your career?
I want to do a regional tour. I think that's the 5-year goal for me. To make those connections well enough that I could take this show. I want to take the show. Christians Can Laugh, full cast, everybody, to a Caribbean tour. Of course, using some talent from each place. So if you go Guyana, we have to get Sammy to come out and sing and whatever. You even know who Sammy is, but shaking your head.
Yeah.
That's all right. That's okay.
I'm sorry, man.
You have failed as a Christian. You have failed as a Christian. Eh? Ah, boy.
Bear, you know my track record, dog. You.
Ah, boy.
I
father.
read. I mean, Cash read too, but still.
Hey. Let me don't go down there. Yeah, in 5 years, I want to do something regional. This year, I went to Antigua. Did a set there in Antigua. Big up my Antigua and following. Love you guys. And last year, I went to Barbados. So, building relationship.
That fan base.
Yeah, not just the fan base, but relationship with people who in these countries. Yeah, I have family in Grenada. My grandparents actually from Grenada. So, trying to make those connections and see how we could do that. So, I want to do a regional tour.
I know that because I didn't see this one during my research. Radio. You work on the radio.
Well, part-time. Yeah. But I like to talk. So I went and I did my radio broadcasting course. Because I actually know some of the guys from W107. So when I told them that I was doing the course, they was like, well, instead of doing your course work, because you just have to do like practicals in like an online radio thing. So instead of doing it there, we're really not feeling the pressure of it being live. Come and do it on a real radio station, and that is where you will really see if you have it or not. And the first day, let me say the first 2 weeks, they send your brain in a spiral, because no matter how much you prepare or read or whatever, when you're actually like there, like with most jobs, you could be a doctor and study in book all the time, when a man falling in front of you. It's a
different
whole
story.
thing, right? So yeah, being in radio, it's for me. I know a lot of music. If I hear the song, I know the song, but I don't know the name of the song, and I don't know the name of the artist. So now where I have to sit on this table now and type up, okay, positive, and get the name of the song.
To try and
find
find
it, right? So sometimes I hear the song in my head, I know, but can't remember the name. You know, what's time I play music and but take out my phone and go on YouTube and sing the song and let YouTube find the name for me. Yeah, you have to kind of make do it, and figure it out. But as you do it, they will start to come to you, But it has so much rules with radio. A lot of people don't know. Radio has so much rules with how you could say this, when you could talk. People just feel, radio people just talking. We have time to talk, times to introduce ourselves. each radio station would have different cutoff points and stuff like that. Time to go for the ads, for the breaks, because the way radio makes money is with the ads.
Right.
And a lot of people they like, oh, the ads playing so long. How your people get paid? So, yeah. Radio was a challenge our first two weeks.
Yeah.
It took a lot of adjusting, but once you update, you'll be updated, man.
Would you say it is akin to the first set of times you went on stage?
Nah,
Different.
nobody there. You're in a room by
Right.
yourself. So as long as you get to a comfortable spot,
Yeah.
you're okay, right?
You're in a room by yourself?
You're in a room by yourself.
Who,
Yeah,
what about your
let me say
DJ?
like this. Okay, so not all the time you'll have a DJ. Most radio stations don't have a DJ all the time, you know. No. All right, so the urban stations
Yeah.
would mostly have a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
So I work with 107. 107 is a part of a conglomerate,
Mm-hmm.
and they have Red 967
Mm-hmm.
as a sister station.
Right.
They would have a DJ
Mm-hmm.
as an urban station, the type of music they play in and whatever. We would have DJs as well, but for more on the Saturday over the weekend, we'd have a DJ, or if we have like a special thing happening, on Wednesdays we have a DJ in as well. That is, we start Wednesdays.
Right.
So the DJ will come in and mix and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but most times on W107, it's the announcer playing the music. And so that's what I tell you, it is be a lot, because you have to play the ads.
Right.
You have to play the music.
You had to play the ads too?
Yes. You have to play the, so it has the big mixer board in front of you with all the controls, all the mics, all the levels for everything.
Right.
And then they would have two computers.
Right.
One would be with the DJ software on it, where you play the music. So they have like a very extensive library of music to pick from.
Right.
It labeled well, so it labeled well.
Right.
So it have by year and by genre, so you could find songs pretty easily, but you had to know the name. that was my problem.
Right.
And then there's another computer with all the station IDs. So when you hear ads playing, all of that is actually like a program that runs things into each other. So it's like little clips. So you would hear, let's say, South Central Podcast, Wednesday nights, 8 to 10 p.m., right? So you would put that in, and then you would put in the ad right underneath it. And
Right.
that software is actually kind of mix them into each other. So right at the end of 7 to 9 p.m.,
Right.
you'll hear the next ad play
Probably
one
one
time.
time.
So yeah, so you
Like
actually
a
have
queuing
to
it
queue.
up.
You have to queue up all of that. And yeah, so it have folders with, okay, this is for the morning shift, this is for the evening shift, your personal IDs, Kess Ramsey on the W, whatever. You had to know what you're putting in, and yeah, it is be a lot. And you have to play ads every half an hour. So there's a log. They would have a log in front of you with what ads to play for each hour, each half an hour. Yeah.
And you had to follow that log and queue.
Yes.
You know much of time I had to play Taliban and V6 and run my
You can't play the same song over and over.
my music cool.
Bro, you cannot play. Let me say I play a Jaranus now. I can't play an next Jaran. I have to find another song that's similar to play. You can't just play the same artist over and over. You can't do that. Yeah. It have rules. And then they want. There's also like a flow in the music. There's one. So if you start off a little fast,
you
they
kind of
want you to slow it back down.
Right.
If it's one of these special days where the DJ there and whatever, you could kind of keep a up tempo vibe, right? But still, they would tell you, well, okay, play gospel soca now, and then you could play reggae the next one, and they could play because it's half an hour intervals, so you could play dancehall the next half an hour.
Right.
Kind of work it through with your shift, you know. But yeah, you can't just keep playing the same song over and over.
And so you had to know the latest release. You had to keep up to date with the music and everything.
Yeah. As an announcer, where you have to play for yourself, play music and stuff, you have to do it.
You
have to
wouldn't
keep
think
up.
all that does come with announcing, and I think you need to
Nah.
have a DJ all the time.
Nah, boy.
The amount of Lupe and Alkaline or others getting in that mix, I'm telling you.
Nah, it have a lot going on behind the scenes in radio that a lot of people don't understand. But yeah, a lot is going on.
Gee.
And then you say something bad or you go over your time allotted for you talking, and you see the boss open the door. Wrap it up. yeah. It's a lot of pressure.
So is you alone in the room, but have people also monitor?
Of course.
Ooh,
Of course. And they don't like dead air. Dead air is wasted money.
With what?
Dead air. So remember, what they call time is air time.
Right.
So if nothing is playing, that is dead air.
Right.
And nobody is profiting from dead air. Right? It is make well, again, they nothing being played over the airways means our listener might actually turn off. You know, if I driving in my car and for 5 seconds nothing playing, I might switch the station. You know, so dead air, they don't like that at all.
See,
At all.
either something playing or somebody talking or
So
something.
you have to say
Send
something.
some song wave through that mic
Yeah,
for you to
say
get
something.
paid, father. Say something.
Things again, technology is technology. It does give trouble sometimes. Like a couple of weeks ago, it was a Saturday, so you know I was there with DJ Donis. So he there and he mixing, and then the turntable, the mixer board, just cut off. So I know how to just, hey, where's that boy Donis boy? And pour on a song here quick.
I'll cue up song effects.
Yeah, no, not cue up, pour on a song to play. Because we were like in the middle of our mix now.
Yeah.
So I just had to pour on a song to play until
He sorted the business.
Yeah, he had to reset everything. It sometimes
You
things
notice
just
we
freeze.
live on there and you get a 404 blue screen.
You understand?
Watch now.
Yeah. Problems.
Immediately I hold in my head and
Problems.
I hold in my head and the boss watching me like
No, you have to keep it together. Even the we have an analog mixer board, but the station, the way they built it is digital. So with the analog mixer and the digital mics that they have, because the mics, they have like the live light on it. So if this mic is on, you'll see a red light here.
right.
But it's not compatible. So things is the board is freeze up on you sometime, and what you can do? You have to figure it out, bro.
Cheese and ages. Behind the scenes, is a whole different scene that's be going on. It says only look easy, you know.
Things just look easy until you jump in. But yeah.
True. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this episode of the South Central Podcast number 12. And I am here with comedian Kess Ramsey. Now, Kess, nearing almost 40K subs on TikTok. What was that journey like? Because when I was first doing my research, do you realize how much swipes you had to swipes to reach the bottom of your TikTok page, dog?
Yeah.
You know how tired my hand was by the time I was done?
Bro, that's the process, you know. And still, when you talk about social media, I am still one of the ones that don't post as much. For the guys that really posting,
Right.
I am not one of those guys. You might get a heavy week or two where I'm really feeling it and again videos, and then for like the next week, 2 weeks, you might get one. You know, I'm not a heavy poster. Like let's compare to like Certified Samson. Every week, at least 3 videos you get it.
Facts.
Every week.
And it's proper skits too.
Proper skits.
Big up Certified
Big up
Samson
Samson.
one time.
A lot of
IG.
people don't know his work, dog.
Bruh.
Bro, you like the last skit that I posted, right? It was a while since I posted a skit, right? Skits is work. Skits is real work. The editing, the thing to make it look like it's a proper conversation. You have to think up the entire conversation and know my process, if I'm doing, like we say, two persons, I would dress as one and do out the entire part. like if I'm talking, yeah. So you don't feel this is the case? And pause. So you leave space to cut up your video to smash it together and editing after that. Yeah. And then change and do the next part.
And you had to play over the conversation and reply.
In your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you could watch over the video too, yeah.
I saw a video of yours on your YouTube channel where you did a parody on a stage. And it was like you were the drummer, the guitarist, the vocalist, the backup dance. Guess it was on some Dave Chappelle level shit on that. I'm telling you. I was like, how many Kess it have in this one skit?
Yes.
This is whole day recording. Kess, you have to rent a church to do that.
Bro, when it's social media, a lot of people feel, well, yeah, I just want to make videos. When you're doing social media, you have to be the first of the talent.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be the producer, the writer, the editor. You have to do everything. And you have to be the promoter too, because you're promoting yourself, right? So yeah, you have to learn to do a bit of everything.
Every single thing. Jack of all trades.
Bro, I like doing parodies. But I cannot pay a studio to go and do a parody. Craziness. So I had to know, well, of course, invest money in a computer. Sorry, invest money in a computer that able to record and edit, as well editing too. You have to spend money on a computer, spend money on equipment, because mics and things not cheap.
No, they are not.
A song card, all of that you have to get. You know, if you're wanting a song at least a little decent, you know.
Facts.
Have to song studio level, but. You know?
Close enough so that if Angostura see it, they're like, hey, you are sounding kind of clear on this microphone. Or did you sell see now, but you know, you're sounding clear on this microphone now, but
you have to do a lot for social media. A lot of people do. Yeah, well, and feel it easy. And a lot of people is like, yeah, I could build a following. Well, do it. That is my thing.
Bruh.
Everything, you know.
Even if you could have the equipment and everything. You see that consistency to come up with.
Do it.
Facts.
Do it.
Facts, my G. It's like on the stage. Come up and perform.
Well, people is see me all the time. Kess, I want to start making videos and thing, you know. I say, and what's the problem?
You have a phone?
Well, I don't have no best phone. Me, I no iPhone. I say, bro, I have always had an Android.
I just see, I watching Kess videos. I sure this man record this on an Android. I am playing the
always. If you look at my early videos, it is looking like a Nintendo 64 graphics. Okay? If you go down, not on TikTok, you know, pretty recent.
Yeah.
But let me say you go on YouTube or you go on Facebook and scroll down. Bro, some of them things looking like is the day we
Game Boy Advance
in Trinidad. You understand? Looking like Martin Luther King could jump out the back. Them kind of thing. It's serious. But you have to start.
True.
You wouldn't know how to do it if you don't start. And by procrastination is a hell of a thing. A lot of people is just be like thinking, I can do it, you know, when I get this. I can do it when I get that. And you just keep pushing the goalposts further and further. You just have to start.
Oh. If you don't mind us wheeling back just for 1 second, I remember something that I wanted to touch specifically for you.
Tell me.
Kess, what is it like being a young father in stand-up comedy, my G?
Why? All right. I get a lot of content from my child. Let me just say, being a father is something that I wanted, right? As a matter of fact, I was the one who was like, baby, let me have a child, right? I thought that we were, you know, at a point where at the time I was working petrol train.
We coming with that just now.
You know, so we were stable enough. I was working. I had a good job. My wife was working. And, you know, I was like, nah, let me have a child. I was like 3 years into being married.
Right.
So, you know, we get some time together, you know, all of that. And I say, look, let me have a child.
Right.
The experience of having a child and pushing, doing videos and stand-up comedy, the most difficult thing would be getting, for me, I need like some quiet time to write and think. I just need silence. And that is non-existent. So most times now, I would actually find myself writing after I put him to sleep. But there's a chance because sometimes you go to put him to sleep and you fall asleep too. You understand? You'd say, well, all right, 8 o'clock is bedtime, and you think, and you, all right, son, come and sleep. And my son like somebody next to him to fall asleep now. So I will lie down on the bed, read him a story, whatever, and he will fall asleep. Most times. Sometimes if you're fighting, whether you're there a little while, you knock out too. You know? But most times I find myself actually like writing down my ideas and coming up with jokes in the night now. So I had to kind of had to figure out with any situation in, you just have to figure it out. So in the night now is where I would get chance to do something.
In the wee hours in the night and in the morning.
Yeah, boy. What you gonna do?
That would explain why 3 o'clock when people was cutting grass outside the house to come out and
Of course.
That was ridiculous,
of
boy.
Bro.
I'll back out tree that clip on that. I had a tree that clip on
that reach all on crime. Watch how can I tell
Don't make joke.
Telling you. I
tell you, yeah, you see the clip in here. There's a case like, God, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. All the key are busy. But you can imagine at 3 o'clock in the morning they cutting grass.
With a newborn baby. He was newborn at the time.
That is and the blower too, eh? Not just the waka. And the blower dread.
And you know that actually like sparked like a nationwide kind of talk, right? A lot of people was like, but why he thinking the people trying to walk. And I all for the hustle, you know. But make it make sense now.
Yeah,
bro.
facts.
I just cut grass. I have a landscaping company.
Right.
I just cut grass. With what flashlight you cannot cut grass properly for it to actually last well enough. You know? You're cutting halfway, you're sucking up the grass.
You just sweeping that brushing machine.
Bro, you just doing a top thing and at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is save money. You need to hire somebody to block and come out in the day and cut your grass. But you're trying to save money, so you hire 2 men. And we are going to go down the road that, they probably getting paid for having a proper crew, eh? Like, we are go down that road, but fine. I don't go down the road already. But this is Trinidad.
The work cater for 7 men and 2 men working.
Yeah, 2 men come out 3 o'clock in the morning in a residential area to cut grass. That's
madness.
Craziness.
Make it make sense. Kess, how did the Roti gang start? That is my question. You know my love for curry, Jen. How I had to make our appearance on the Roti Gang episode. In I feel that kind of way when you went Mona's, and I was distraught. The man went Mona's. Mona's is 5 minutes from I would have walked and come Mona's if you telling me Roti Gang was in Mona's.
I didn't know you live in Marble. I didn't know.
I live Claxton, Vegas.
Oh, Claxton, yeah.
It's right there.
Yeah. Now, but Roti Gang started. I did a parody of Gucci Gang.
Roti Gang.
Yeah, I did a parody of Gucci Gang. Insert clip here.
Yeah. Roti Gang. Kess. Roti Gang. Woo. Roti gang. Chicken with sight is my thing. Curry sauce running out my hand. Wild meat, Trinis eat anything. Dal puri is we thing. Every day ripping, dipping. Roti gang.
Yeah, insert clip here moment. It would come across.
But yeah, so yeah, that's where it started because I am also a lover of roti. Roti is a joy and it brings
God's gift
to
to the earth, Jen.
Brings pleasure to my soul.
It does.
I'm so happy that I was born in this country. I'm so thankful to Fatal Razak for bringing my East Indian brothers and sisters over the pond. Thank you so much for keeping your culture and your tower as you came across. Yeah, I love roti so much. You love roti? You say you love roti.
I love roti, Jay.
I love roti enough that I learned to make roti. I
love roti enough to consistently buy. I just consistently buy roti. Monas don't even need to see my name pop up. Know the number. You call and be like, Ron, that's you?
They know you by name. Yeah. So now I'm known as the roti man. When people see me on the road and think, hey, look the roti man. Am I okay with that?
What is your go-to roti combination? How to test your roti skills here
What's
now?
my go-to roti combination? What do you mean?
Alright, so for me, if I had to get a dal puri, it is dal puri and breast pieces chicken with some potato, heavy gravy, slight pepper, no chana. Don't put no chana in my roti, dog. Shade potato, shade aloo, extra gravy. So when it must, when you bite in, the gravy must run down now, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you're talking about a wrap roti?
A wrap roti.
Right.
We are talking about bus up shot yet. Bus up shot is a whole different story.
So firstly, you talking like a Mona's customer.
Thank you.
Right? You see that breast meat thing and yeah, you're speaking like a Mona's customer. But my go-to with roti is a chicken, side pepper, extra gravy. Simple. Chicken,
Slight pepper, extra gravy.
That is my order.
I respect you on the extra gravy though.
I must have
Extra gravy.
Because you know, as you fold the roti now, you just have a little dry.
Yeah, it does have a little dry. You
Yeah.
need something to, but
You
at
need
the
a
end
little-
when you break, you need something to go around
You
the
need a little
paper at
extra
the
sauce.
end. You know
You
what
need
I
a little
mean?
extra sauce, man.
It's an art. It's like,
Yes. I actually did tutorials on how to eat
Eat-
roti.
God bless you, boy.
Insert clip here.
Insert.
Trinidad and Tobago, this is your boy Kess Ramsey. I'm here today at S&J's Roti Shop in Laramie to show people how to eat wrap roti the right way. I realize some people don't know now, like they don't have Trini blood in them. So let me show you how to eat roti the right way. There we go.
No. But yeah, I tell you, I love roti. What's the right way to eat a roti? All right, so you get a roti in the brown paper bag. The first thing you're doing, you take out the napkin.
Facts.
Facts. You keep
Facts.
that for later.
I buy a couple napkins already. No facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
you take out the napkin because if you leave the napkin in the bag, it have the potential to get curry on it.
Yeah.
And you can't clean up with it after.
Facts.
Point number 1, take out the napkin.
Right.
You put the napkin in a pocket. Nice. And this is standing eating a roti, sitting eating a wrap roti. Just the roti, yeah? Right?
Right.
You see people who is coming, they had to open out the wrap roti. Failure with you.
Facts.
Failure.
Facts.
I lay my hands at the altar of the roti people. Okay? If I eat a cockroach, at that point, boy, I trust where I buy roti, if I go into buy a roti, not only Roti Gang Road Trip. Roti Gang Road Trip, people is want me open it to show what in it and whatever. Fine. But me personally go to buy a roti, it is staying wrapped.
Heart and soul trust that roti. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust in the tower.
Yeah.
In the tower, I
trust
trust.
only with my life. If I die, I die. So you're pulling the roti halfway out of the bag. Right? Are you listening? You're pulling the roti halfway out of the brown bag and you are caressing the bag in a way around the roti with one hand. Whichever is your dominant hand, your right hand.
Yeah.
You're holding the roti halfway into the bag and you unfold. So as you unfold the paper that's wrapping the roti, you fold down just enough to make the bites.
Not too much.
No, you fold down like we say quarter of the roti because you want the rest of the roti to stay compact.
Exactly. So when you
Right.
take that second fold, you know you're inside with the extra gravy.
Excellent.
You feel me?
You know what I'm talking about.
Of course.
And as you bite now, let's say you bite and you get a piece of chicken,
Right.
and you didn't buy the breast meat,
Right.
you bought a piece with bone, right? What you do at that point, you bite, let's say you bite, you take the piece, you're holding the roti here, you take the piece and you consume the meat, and you take the bone and you put it in the brown paper bag.
A multi-tool.
I'm a roti connoisseur.
Facts.
Okay? I'm a professor. I have my PhD in roti.
In roti.
I don't know if all you know. Me.
Professor Ramsey.
Yeah. So that's how you do it. And you go down in layers. So as you eat the layer, you pull the roti a little more out of the bag and you fold down again with the paper.
And you now reach the last set of the roti now.
You
Because
reach the last set.
that's a crucial part,
Okay,
eh?
so
that's
the truth.
very crucial.
That's the truth.
Because
That's the
it's a
truth.
real man that doesn't
I
know.
overlook it sometimes.
Yeah, overlooking all.
No, that is a
No,
that
give
is
the
a very
people a
important step.
detailed breakdown. This is the South
as
Central.
As you get down to the end, excuse me, I should I eat a roti today?
Feeling for one, boy.
As you get down to the end, you kind of lose some stability because you're getting down to just roti alone now. So at that point, you would have to either rest down the bag or something because you're getting down to the end. What you would do, you have to kind of get it to one side. So let's say you have this length of roti here. You bite from here, you peel the paper off from one side, and you bite the end off. And then you'll have like a triangle.
Half to quarter. Half to quarter.
You have like a triangle. You turn it this way, and whatever remaining sauce and whatever you eat.
You're now eating it in cone for like
That we talking about. And that is how you eat a chicken.
straight down
Roti
to the last
wrapped.
piece of the wrap.
Yes.
Facts.
And then you fold up the paper, put it in the brown paper bag. You take the napkin that was saved earlier.
Wipe up. And if you have a cold Pediatrax, oh my God.
Actually, I just drink Coke with my roti.
Really?
I could fight me if I want.
I like an apple J or a Pediatrax with my roti.
Cokes. I'm addicted. That's okay. Coca-Cola sponsor me.
Facts. Big facts. Alright, so you just mentioned that you really, really love making parties. But seeing as you do make parties and you do sing, do you ever consider going fully into music and performing?
I started doing the parties because I could sing. And because of the crazy mind that I have sometimes it just come to me. To me, writing a song don't come to me as easily as the parodies. I would hear a song and be like, hey, I could change this word, twist this up, whatever. But like, if somebody sends me a rhythm and say, Kess, write something on this now, that would take me much longer to do. I actually wrote songs in the past, but is that a melody came to me and I sang it and I sing it and send what I sang to a producer and they help me with the beat. And when I have the beat now, then I could write words to the thing. So most times I would get like a chorus or probably just like the melody for the verse and hum it or sing it out like that and send it to somebody and they would build the beat for me and then I could write. I can't just come up with a song just so. It's crazy. It's more difficult for me.
You had to have a producer with you that could come up with the beat.
Yeah, I need the beat to write. So that's why I think it's easier for me to do the parodies because it's like the song already have
You have a structure ready to work with.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think my first song I think I ever performed in front of anybody else in like secondary school. This song Let Your Chain Hang Low. I think that is the first thing. And I tell you, please, I grab the mic. No, see, that swear, as you talking parties, I did this one. My bedroom at the time, I'm bigging up you. But he was drinking some
my ex-bedroom at the time.
he was drinking some Milo or something. But earlier on in the day, I spit out some soft drink and he make joke of minute.
Right.
Kicks enough. So he drinking Milo in class today and I tell him something funny. And I know he was going on after the drink. He spit out the Milo. So I laying down and saying down and I could get it. I could one up this. I could one up this situation. And then he be just let your chain hang low. Let your Milo hang low. You can drink it fast or slow. You could spill it on your shirt. You could spill it on your clothes. And if you want Milo, ask for Milo. Man, so let your Milo hang low. Doom doom. And I swear, I went on Presal's stage and grabbed that mic and he in the front row and with the utmost confidence because I went on the whiteboard on the blackboard in school and drew it on the blackboard the morning before and had the whole class jamming. So like I know this shit going on here though. I grabbed that mic and was like, boom, let your thing acapella jet. My only one and only parody I've ever made in my life. That shit was lit.
In freestyle.
I tell you, in the gate freestyle. Right there across you.
Nah, but I really like doing parodies, but it is take a while to get it done. So for me, when I started on Facebook and YouTube, is really parodies that people started to know me for. But as I said, developing a parody does take a little while. You hear the song, you get the idea, you have to get the lyrics, you have to record it, and then do a video. So it does take a little while to turn over. So that is why I kind of pivoted more to like a daily content kind of vibe and the skits. So that I could post more. Because again, if you're not posting, you're not growing.
Facts.
If you're not posting, you're not growing. Yeah, so yeah, I love doing parodies, but it does take a while.
You just had to find something that will work for you to be able to keep that consistency, Jen.
It does take a while. I could get my favorite parody.
Yeah.
My favorite, well, it's about rotis too. It's a parody of I Feel It Coming. Right?
By the weekend?
Yes, by the weekend. Alright, so let me hit all it. I was hungry last night, head to the kitchen and put on the light. When I opened up the fridge, it had some old curry. Put it in the microwave, and I'm thinking, boy, you're brave. This hour of the night, you're eating old curry. I went to my bed and just fell asleep. Next thing I woke up, my belly hurting me. What you do yourself is all I was thinking. Why did you eat old curry chicken? I feel it coming.
Dog, that is gigs.
The lyrics of that song is so engraved in my head. I don't even know the words for the original song. Yeah,
no, that's true. That's true. What, no, you ever eat curry and then went and eat cereal on top of that, Jen?
No.
I just do that all the time. And in the morning, I just get up and be like, no. What were you thinking? You needed protein that bad?
You have to know your limits.
No. I had to get that protein, my Kess, man.
Man, there's cereal after routine.
I'm telling you, that chicken breast wasn't enough. I need oats.
Ah, boy.
Now we are back with the comedian Kess Ramsey saying I'm right here to my left. Kess, one quick question for you, my G. Do you see yourself going into like acting and even more in-depth, longer skit rules?
I don't think that it's out of my reach. I think I could do it. I was actually offered something last year, but it was too close to my show last year, so I had to turn it down. But yeah, I could see it happening.
And what about your podcast? Because I remember you had your podcast going on TikTok.
The podcast started back as soon as the show is done.
Right.
Let's get us out of the way, and I'll start back the podcast, man. Or Ramsey, Wednesday nights.
Definitely. Now,
yeah.
What, and this is more for like the people who make it this far. If you're here right now, I know we deep in the episode getting to know Kess. We staying on here with Kess Ramsey. Make sure to come through to Christian's Could Laugh to on October the 22nd. Do you know your comedy show is the day before my birthday?
True.
Swear.
Nice.
So make sure to come through. Get tickets, $150. Y'all make sure and come through and support. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Follow if you're on any of the other audio platforms. Leave a review. We have merch coming soon. Y'all make sure to look forward for that. Make sure and get Christians Can Laugh too much as
or Roti Gang.
Well, or your Roti Gang merch as well. Big up the Roti Gang squad as well. So just for your personal fans now, guys, what was like early life for Kess? Growing up in South.
So grew up single mother. It was my mom and my older brother and myself. Right. My dad left pretty early, so I really didn't grow up didn't grow up with him. I honestly, the first time I met him, I was like 14 or 13, somewhere there. So grew up with mommy, and thank God for a big family. Fortunate enough that, still felt the love. Grew up in a big family. Grew up with some of my cousins first. Uncle Heinz and Auntie Linda. They kind of took us in first. And then we went back home, my grandparents. In grandma them house, it was auntie, uncle. It was a whole big posse,
big family.
Big squad.
Big up the big family squad.
Yeah. They had 13 aunts and uncles, right? So grandma them was working. Yeah, growing up, my mom was always involved in church. Always. It didn't matter. She sings as well. So growing up, I am what you would call a certified church boy, like 100%.
Right.
Certified church boy. Get baptized when I was 10. Backslide, come back. You had to do it. For any young man who in church, who grew up in church and like that is all I feel like it is either you go straight into pastoring or you have a little step back where you're like, is this what I really want to do, And you start to kind of figure out life for yourself, and then at that point you make a step back. Growing up, we had things a little hard because again, big family, and grandma and grandpa was the only one working. And well, my mom chose, instead of like picking a job or doing a job that would get more money, she chose a job that would get her time home with us. So during the holidays and all of that, she would be home. And big up mommy. Mommy made like really, really big sacrifices to make sure that me and my brother were good, So she her profession, she started doing kindergarten teaching. So she was a kindergarten teacher for years. Then she went and studied and got her degree and opened her own kindergarten. And I think it's around that point when she opened her own school where I think we kind of started getting a little more stable with finances. You know what I mean? We had some difficult days. That days, me, mommy, and Kieran eat. You remember the junior bread?
Nah.
How old are you, Rod?
28.
Jesus Christ. How you don't know how junior bread?
I don't know how junior bread.
Wait, you know how junior bread? Wait.
Alright, okay.
I'm feeling old boy. But the junior bread used to be like a loaf Kess used to sell. It used to be, it used to be cheaper.
Okay, yeah.
The cheaper loaf, it used to be around this size. It's like a Subway.
Right.
Yeah.
Different.
And mommy gave me, I think, $5. And I went and I bought her bread, 2 eggs, and a tin of Vienna sausage. Because it was the $1 bread. $1 was for an egg, and the Vienna sausage was $3. Yeah, nice dinner. And we fry up the egg. And what's that? Is a hint of egg again.
What's that? The kind. Where I not taking in is all where you're taking in. No single mothers, dog.
Yeah.
All of it is everybody in this room.
Hey,
you, me. The
bro.
kind of sacrifice we moms had to make, dog.
Yeah.
Watch now, Jed. And it's nothing I move out, I see like I realize how dread it was, dog. Pills?
Yeah.
And then they had to buy food?
Yeah. And try to nurture trend.
Bruh.
Yeah. It's
man, we're that far along, Kess. We right there.
No, it parenting on the whole, I think a lot of people underestimate the responsibility you have as a parent. Because at the end of the day, yes, having money is important, but you can see in the majority of people who have excess amount of money, most times the trend them not good, right?
True.
So I think even when you are aspiring to get wealth, you have to kind of ground yourself in certain things first. And I plan to be very, very wealthy.
Very.
I plan to be very wealthy, and I try my best to remain as humble as possible. A lot of people is let social media get to the head. I don't think there's a person could say that Kess ever move a type of way with them. And I pride myself in that. I'm a very, very I'm a people person. I will take a picture with you anywhere.
Yeah, they care about the people first.
Because at the end of the day, if I am not nice to people, then who am I doing this for? You know, my whole purpose and reasoning behind doing the videos and everything is because life is hard, dog.
Facts.
If I could make somebody laugh, run by, if I could, and actually get messages from people who was like, bro, like I was feeling depressed. I was feeling to end it. I was feeling to think some family died. A woman stopped me. I was hosting a sports day.
Yeah.
And I went to get some water or something to come back. And one of a woman came up to me and was like, Kess, you don't even know my daughter passed away last year. And it's just, I telling you, like coming on social media, I used to look forward to coming and seeing something. And your videos, she says somebody sent a video to her of mine, and that's how she started following me. And she was like, bro, like just your vibe from online and thing. I was like, wait, I was just so pleased to see a young man, you know, with his family and he cooking with his wife and his wife cooking and the making thing and his son there. It was just so wholesome. Like it just made me happy seeing a happy couple family doing things together. And you know, you're so witty with the little things you say online and whatever. And she was breaking down how she was really depressed. And bro, that my videos helped her through depression. I was like, bro, I could stop making videos at that point. That's what it's all for, then. That's what it's for, you know. And even with the stand-up comedy, bro, life hard, dog.
Facts.
Life is hard. If you could come to my show and leave feeling just a little bit lighter, just a little bit better, then I accomplished my goal, man.
Care about the people first.
Yeah, you have to care about the people.
Alright, so if there's one thing I wanted to mention to you, and you had to forgive me, but I had to ask, my G.
Ask that, man.
6 fingers. What were the challenges coming up with having 6, my G?
To be honest, it's minimal, you know.
Really?
It was really other people. It wasn't to say I had issues with it. I think the biggest issue personally I had, because even though I have the 6 finger on my right hand,
right,
I am a right-hander. So writing, if like in secondary school, any long thing that I had to write, my finger would actually hurt. I don't know why, but it would hurt after a while. So writing a long essay, whatever, my hand would be paining. Right? So that was probably
exam. I think was pain.
That was probably the biggest challenge for me. But other than that, I play sports. Everything like normal. So the finger was never an issue. It's other people. I don't like that alien hand. Don't touch me, kind of thing. But as a good-looking fella, so girls really didn't care too much about the finger anyhow.
Facts. Alright, now this one, because we touched earlier on it, and I had to touch on it now. You were there pre-shutdown and after shutdown. What was it like going through that whole Petra Trin experience of being employed and then the company didn't exist no more, and then what was that point in your life like?
All right, so where to start? Now, Petra Trin, let me see. Petra Trin workers, and if you found yourself in a nice department, it was like a family. Let me say that. Big up transport department. You guys, I love all of this still, except Ali. Yeah, except he. I really like you too much. Yeah, everybody else.
Big up you.
Yeah, but of course, it got the one or two.
It always had the one or
Yeah,
two, though. Always.
Who just, not there.
Not. Bruh.
But yeah, my days in Petrotrin were very nice. And again, I'm a people person, and my job, I had to interact with people on a daily basis, So, I could talk, I could interact with from the biggest boss to the janitor. I could talk, So I was very comfortable in Petrotrin. Not far from home, working close by Larman, Marble Ride.
Right.
I was able to buy a car. I was able to save some money. I get married off of that money. And a lot of people just feel Petrotrin workers used to work for an excessive amount of money, and that is not the truth. Okay, if you look at world standards when it comes to refineries, we were actually pretty low paid, right? With risk, your pay should increase. Please. Oh gosh. Why we just make that a challenge, right? If you are a welder on land and dry land, you should be paid a welder's price. But if you are welding underwater,
that's a whole different story.
Risk should the greater risk should give you greater
pay.
Reward, right? There are so many Petrotrin workers who have complications with their health who actually died on the job too. I was rushed to hospital from a gas leak, faint away. Yeah, so you could not be seeing Kess right now. Me and another co-worker went to shut down a compressor, and apparently one of the gas lines wasn't closed. And as we open it, some gas, we didn't know which gas it was, but some gas hit me, and I kind of was dizzy for a little while, almost fall down. But the thing is, with policy there with safety, their policy is basically you get to safety first.
Right.
As staff. You get to safety first. And so they actually kind of left us. We had to get out first. And then when the rest of our crew met up with us, whatever, then, they already called the ambulance. So the ambulance was there and just took us to the hospital. But a lot of people don't know, Petrotrin was like a city in itself, It had every single thing you could think about. Petrotrin had it, right? From hospital to a garage, welding shop, Petrotrin.
Wildflower Trust.
Well, yeah, the Wildflower Trust, you could go up there and take a little chill. It had football field, it had fire.
Police?
It had fire, police. It was like a village in itself, We really had to leave Petrotrin to get anything. It was really a family. So when we got the news that November in 2018, that Petrotrin was closing, let me tell you, there was you ever feel like you ever watching a scary movie or something and know like something bad is going to happen. You see the dread that
That's set like on everybody's face.
There was like a dark cloud hovering over this place. And let me tell you, we worked up till the last day, right? And coming down to the end, I feel like people just didn't really care too much again. But that last month when the announcement just came out, bro, I'm telling you, happy people, that it was heartbreaking to see. Because a lot of people, because you're in a stable job, you're permanent, you're thinking, well, right, I comfortable, me have to think, and nobody is studying, no second income, no nothing, you're making a decent income. So for me, I thank God that I started doing comedy already. That I could have something to kind of branch off into and use, okay, well, I'm not working now, let me focus on this thing now. but a lot of people
Didn't have that.
have anything else.
Jeez.
And there was an age group where I would say felt it the most. That was the ones that they were not old enough to get the retirement package that a lot of people got. I think it was like from 55 up, you were able to retire and get a lump sum. But there were some that were temporary for years. So by the time they get to the 50 and they work in Petrotrin, they probably now get permanent. They make enough years permanent to get any major.
Nothing.
Yeah, they could see, but when people and they only checking how much they get, and everybody worried and they checking and it's like, bro, it was like a dark cloud, telling you. But I'm very glad to see a lot of the guys still have hope to today that Petrotrin will start back. But
Today?
Yeah, them still our WhatsApp group and thing.
Nah, boy.
Telling you, I had to leave on there. I was like, bro, it's closed.
Yeah,
it's done.
Come
on.
Curtains closed on that one, but
Yeah. But what I will say, Ron, I find people in Trinidad just get chained up too easy. And while Petrotrin was, people in Trinidad get chained up too easy and they forget too easy. While Petrotrin at the time of its closure was costing a lot of money, people just forget that Petrotrin has saved the Trinidad and Tobago's buttocks on many an occasion when we were in debt. That they actually take profits out of Petrotrin's money and pay off national issues. You understand? And people just forget that. That is be thankful when everything going good. You know, but Petrotrin's failure to me was solely on a lack of planning and future, like thinking about the future with the company. There were no upgrades. There was minimal maintenance. As the older guys used to say, Petrotrin was, well, not Petrotrin, Shell or whichever thing was before, because it was 3 companies and then they came together for Petrotrin. Whichever one was before, when the white people was in charge, it was run properly. When Trinis took it over, when Trinis realized how much money oil does make, and realized, that we could probably twist the system here to get some extra money, and twist this to get some extra money, and bring a friend to get his contract, and he'll handle me something on the side. And the biggest failure for Petrotrin was corruption.
Jeez.
Biggest failure. And I'm saying it big. And down to the union.
This is national podcast, but
I just like to be honest. Yes, but what ended up happening in the end is what I don't like. That they actually vilified the workers, and not even the workers that was making plenty money. You know what the thing was? A cleaner is making $10,000 in Petrotrin. A cleaner cleaning inside Petrotrin is risking their life.
To keep the place clean.
Yes, to sweep.
Facts.
To sweep, they had to go and get they had to do safety courses to come inside Petrotrin to sweep. You sweeping inside RBC is not the same as sweeping inside Petrotrin.
No, it is not.
No, it's not. And a lot of people, as I say, in the end, a lot of people kind of came down on the lower brackets of workers that had nothing to do with the failure of Petrotrin. And that is what got me upset at the time. But them big boys and them who actually caused Petrotrin to fail, living lavish. All of them get the $1 million and pay off, and maybe retire and never have to work again. But the lower ones, like myself, who was temporary, I wasn't even permanent, was temporary. I get no money, I get nothing, and work there. I got a little change. I wouldn't lie. I got a little small thing, but it really was nothing substantial. Yeah. I worked there like 6 years, 7 years, almost 7 years before they closed. So yeah.
But that'd have been in your 20s.
Yeah, I started working pretty young, bro. I started working pretty young.
6 years in your 20s is plenty, you know? All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the 12th episode of the South Central Podcast. I am the host, Ron Austin, and I'm here with the comedian Kess Ramsey. Kess, first of all, again, my brother, thank you very much for coming up on the show. Christians can laugh too on the 22nd of October.
Sunday 22nd in Queen's Hall, Port of Spain. Tickets only $150. Get your tickets.
True. Eat a roti before you come through.
Or you can get doubles.
And you get doubles at the door. So, Kess, I just want to say thank you very much for coming through again, my G. Best of luck with the show coming up.
Yeah, man.
And, well, this is the week about to wrap up here. And we have a gospel to end the show. Kess, give you a little party to end as we are about to give you a little something up here. Drum and something, huh? I wish somebody's soul would catch.
I wish somebody's soul would catch a fire. Catch a fire. Catch a fire, Jesus. You had Jesus. Jesus.
The first time that song played, I was in his house. Taking a ferry, sing that song. Oh, we were going down. Jesus.
Yeah, you have to.
I went on burn them.
Yeah. Nah, you have to put the rustic. Have to. Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for coming through and spending this time with us here. Remember, if you're on the YouTube, be free to subscribe. If you're on any of the audio platforms, be free to leave a review. Follow Kess on all of his social medias. Just Kess on...
It's just Kess on Instagram, Kess Ramsey on everything else. Kess, Kess. 2 S's. Okay?
2 S's, not one.
Yeah.
Now, and that's it. Thank you all for coming through. And be free to make sure to subscribe. We have merch coming soon. Make sure to look out for that as well. Make sure to get Roti Gang merch and your Christians Can Laugh too much. We'll see you all at the show. Feel free to ask Kess for pictures. And me too if you want a picture with a random nobody.
God is the boss and that is no joke. Blessings.
Facts.